14 huge home and away spoilers for next week. What's next in Summer Bay? Coming up on Home and Away, Xander and John face a race against time to rescue Dana from Bronte and Chase. Elsewhere, Felicity's new boyfriend Rory is harboring a secret that could spell danger for Cash, and it's back on between Bree and Remi. Here's a full collection of 14 massive moments. 1. Dana's disappearance is the talk of the Bay. Xander can't understand why he hasn't heard from his girlfriend and thinks it's strange she told Bronte she was leaving, not him or Harper. As Xander shares his concerns with Alf, Bronte can't believe her luck when Leah's $25,000 clears into her account. Now all she has to wait for is Irene's share. 2. Bronte spins Xander a huge lie. Xander is puzzled when Bronte claims Dana has called Irene's home phone to say she has gone to a silent retreat. Something isn't adding up for Xander, who questions why Dana would just voluntarily give up her mobile and ring a landline. Meanwhile, Bronte makes a call to co-conspirator Chase to tell him she'll be fleeing the Bay as soon as Irene's money comes in. 3. Felicity's got a new man. Cash is considering whether to take the job at Mangrove River when he's interrupted by the arrival of Felicity and her new love interest, Rory. As the lustful duo head into her bedroom, Cash and Eden retreat back to hers. Cash admits he's happy to see his sister moving on after her painful split from Tane and hopes Rory will be good for her. 4. Cash learns a horrifying truth. There's a further disturbing discovery when Cash finds out the officer who he's replacing was murdered. Eden hopes this will mean Cash will reject the job offer, but to her horror he admits he's still thinking about it. 5. Time is running out for Dana. Her plot is under threat when Xander, John and Bree realize Bronte has been lying to them and decide to present their evidence to Rose. Meanwhile, out in the bush, Dana is trapped in a locked shipping container desperately screaming for help, as Chase watches on. Will she be saved in time? 6. Bronte makes her great escape. Bronte receives news that Irene's transfer is now through but is tempted to stick around to try and extort even more money. When Rose confronts her wanting to know why no one can find her medical records, Bronte panics and fakes a dizzy spell. She tries to make her escape in Irene's car, but Xander and John give chase and follow her to a remote quarry. 7. The cops close in on Bronte. John and Xander aren't far behind and they make a call to Rose to say they know Dana's whereabouts. As police sirens approach, a distressed Dana runs into Xander's arms and John bravely blocks Bronte and Chase from leaving. Within seconds the police swoop in and Rose tackles Bronte to the ground, pointing out she's pretty fast for a woman who's supposedly dying. 8. Heartbroken Dana dumps Xander. As her captors are taken in for questioning, Dana questions how Xander could have ever doubted her. The realization she has been conned is crushing for Irene, but Dana chooses to forgive her. However, she takes a harder line with Xander and tells him they're finished. 9. Bree and Remi are back together. Bree and Remi quickly see through the matchmaking scheme and get their own back by pranking their friends. But Kirby's efforts actually lead to a romantic reunion between Remi and Bree. The pair fall into bed together, but agree to keep it just between them for now. 10. Mac receives a call from Dean. Levi visits Mac at Salt and she's forced to admit Eden is working for her. Levi doesn't take the news very well given his sister still won't speak to him. Later, Mac gets a surprise when she receives a call from her half-brother Dean to say he's coming to visit. 11. Mac goes to visit Dean. News of Dean's imminent arrival leaves Mac panicked. She admits she hasn't told him anything about her heart attack or relationship with Levi. Fearing that Dean won't approve of her shacking up with a married man, Mac decides to visit Dean to lay some groundwork. 12. Tane bonds with Perry. Tane is ready to jack the whole thing in when he strikes up a bond with one of the participants, Perry. Inspired to help the lad, Tane introduces Perry to the basic principles of self-defense. Alf is full of pride to see the pair together and tells Tane that even if he's changing one person's life then it's worthwhile. 13. Cash rejoins the police. Eden tells him she won't stand in his way. With her blessing, he decides to accept the job. Meanwhile, Felicity is swept up in the excitement of her new relationship with Rory. Cash decides he needs to get to know Rory, unaware that his sister's new man isn't quite what he seems. 14. Rory is a river boy. Rory pays a visit to Manta Ray boards and tells Marley he wants blood and sand inscribed on his board. Later, the newcomer takes a call from someone called Dingo who orders him to find out what he can about the new cop on the block. The next day, a uniformed Cash arrives at his new precinct ready for action. But will he regret taking a job in the dodgy town and is he about to have a run-in with Rory?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.